Hi guys, good morning and welcome to the Breathing Space, and this is our section where we have the chance to talk with thought leaders, and some of them are friends of mine. Like today, our special guest is Lorens Ziller. Lorens is the executive director of the Italian Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines, and please welcome Lorens. Hi Lorens, how are you?
Hi, Romolo. I'm fine. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me into your special program. How are you there?
Yeah, thank you. Very exciting day today for us to learn more about yourself and about the investment, sorry, the ICCPI, the Italian Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines. So, can you please just introduce yourself briefly? Where are you from, and your past experiences, and what are you doing now in the Philippines?
Okay, thank you, Romolo. Well, as you already introduced me, Lorens Ziller, Executive Director of the Italian Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines. I am Italian by passport, but I'm also half German, as my father was from Germany. And I grew up in a German-speaking part of Italy, which is just next to the border to Austria, where we have not only the German language, but also German schools. Even the houses look German and so on. So it's a little enclave in Italy, which is very well visited by tourists, both from Italy and from Austria, Germany, Holland. So it's actually a nice tourist place. And maybe it's from there that I got the passion, by seeing a lot of tourists, the passion and the curiosity to travel. In fact, after my studies, or even before, during my studies, I traveled to France, to England, to Germany, Europe, basically. And later on, went to work to the UK and to Dubai. And then I came here to the Philippines after various jobs that I went through and companies.
Oh, good, good. That's a very interesting beginning. And why the Philippines, if I may ask? Why did you choose the Philippines and you settle down here? And I mean, I know you have your family here and you have no intention to leave. So tell us about the Philippines.
Well, the Philippines came about since I was in Dubai, and I was the head of an investment vehicle, a private investment fund who was investing in real estate projects and real estate properties. And during that time, we were also looking at the branding of real estate buildings. I used to represent Tonino Lamborghini for real estate branding in partnership with Formitalia Luxury Group. And that was in 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. And I saw that in the Philippines, they had just launched the Milano Tower by Versace. They had launched the Trump Tower. They launched Aqua by Missoni. And other branded real estate projects. So I thought, hey, look, they are really advanced compared to other countries. Let me go and visit. So I came to the Philippines. I visited that specific developer who was launching this project, and we started the discussions. It was actually exciting for me to think of a Tonino Lamborghini Tower in the Philippines. Then he needed to go to the US, and he asked me, could you stay 10 days longer in the Philippines? And I used this chance, this 10 days. I accepted, of course, say, okay, let me stay 10 days. I will go around the Philippines. And during those 10 days, I actually fell in love with the country. And by the time he was back, I told him that I decided to stay here for good. So that was my story. Why the Philippines and how I fell in love. By the way, I fell in love by going to 100 Islands in Pangasinan, which is a very particular place, if you want, enigmatic but beautiful.
Yeah, no, I am obviously, as you know, I also spent time in the Philippines. I totally agree. It's a beautiful place, beautiful country, nice people, and is a place to explore. And what about business? I mean, why, if you had the chance to talk with potential investors and told them come to Southeast Asia, why would you invite them to invest in the Philippines rather than other countries?
Well, I don't want to talk about other countries. The Philippines is a great market, a great consumer market. It has a growth rate of over 6% per annum. And the World Bank forecasts this growth for the next 20 years. So I guess it has the right mix between a young population, economic growth that is happening by default, to invite any company to set up shop here. Now, what is really the difference in the Philippines and what is different from Western countries is that it's not that easy to start doing business in the Philippines because it is a country that is not as open as one may think. So to do business here, you need to know people. So it's more important who you know rather than what product that you have. And I believe that you made similar experiences over time. So the first mission for anyone who comes to the Philippines is to find the right partners. And I believe coming to knock at the Italian chamber first is the best choice because we can indicate and we can show them and introduce them to potential partners. And we can also give them good advice what to do and what not to do in order not to fail with their business.
Yeah, I totally agree, and actually, that's true. I mean, you for Italian investors, but not only, maybe also European or other kind of investor to visit the Italian chamber in the Philippines. I think is a good idea from the onset, so that you can also brief them about the typical. I mean, giving them tips how to get started, how to also save time, avoid problems, and having said that, which can be the challenges for main challenges for investors in the Philippines? I mean, according to your experience, which are the most challenging aspect of doing business in the Philippines?
Well, probably the relationship with the various authorities, the red tape, if you want, which still exists, even though we have now an anti-red tape authority who is supposed to facilitate the relationship and the permit to be released. We have, of course, an environment, especially when you are applying for business permits, where also smaller LGUs play a role from the barangay permit to the mayor's permit and so on. And then if you have bigger projects or you have to make a plant or a production facility, then it gets even more complicated, or if you have to deal with more government agencies. So sometimes it can get complicated, and there may be hurdles, maybe sometimes even artificial hurdles, which can be overcome by knocking at the right door.
Yeah,
Let me put it simply like that.
yeah. But I coming from Italy, we experience similar situations. I think, like the Philippines. From my experience, it's less difficult maybe than doing business in Italy, even being Italian. But I do agree with you that permits are many, and LGU, which by the way, for people that don't know, are local government units in the Philippines. Also, they play a very important role. But yeah, I totally agree with you. And if actually, no, another question I have for you is, as you know, Italpinas and myself, in Primis, we are very interested in sustainability, in sustainable development, green design. Is the Italian chamber aligned with this goal of, let's call it, green transformation? And are you yourself an advocate in terms of sustainability? And if yes, what the chamber is doing in order to help the environment, but not only the environment? Sustainability is also social and economic sustainability. So, do you want to share some thoughts and some experience about it?
Absolutely, yes. You know that where I come from in South Tyrol, we are the sustainability pioneers somehow, even in Italy, because we were the first to do the recycling. We were the first to care about plastics and so on. So that is very deep inside my soul. As chamber, in fact, and it's perfect that you mentioned, we have a sustainability forum on May 16, which underlines our advocacy for sustainability, especially for companies that, let's say, risk to pollute the environment, or what companies especially want to advocate for the message that what companies can do to improve their environment, and that starts with work and then the company and the wider corporate environment that every company touches. It is a
Good.
very important event
Yeah,
for us.
I'll be there.
uh, you will be there, you will be a speaker, and we are very glad. We have a very important other speakers also that will be conveying the message of not only what the Italian Chamber does, but what the Philippines does for sustainability. And I know this is a very important point for the current government, and all government agencies are actually very much aligned.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's very comforting to know that the Italian Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines is actually actively working in order to contribute to this environmental, I like to call it, revolution, no? And a sustainable approach to business. Just before we end our very interesting interview, I would like to ask you, if you had the chance to talk with a young person that would like to get some tips, no, from a person like yourself with plenty. I mean, with a person with a lot of achievements and experience. You have traveled around the world and did business in many different countries, so you encounter different cultures and I'm sure also difficulties and challenges. What would you like to tell to this young person? Which, by the way, it shouldn't be your advice only linked to the business, but how to approach life in an holistic way.
Well, you have been in the Philippines a long time, same me, and there is a difference if it is a Filipino asking the question and maybe an Italian. But in general, I would say is not to take things too seriously, because ups and downs in life are very normal. And we talked about sustainability, says the care about others and the love we foster for others is going on a long term is going to be the most important thing that will remain with us. Money comes and goes, but the love for family and friends is something that we may have only once.
Thank you very much. Very inspiring advice, for not only for the young ones, but also for the not young ones anymore, like myself. So, Lawrence, thank you very much, and looking forward to see you at this event. If I'm not wrong, it's going to be on May 16 in at Dusitani, Makati. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, looking forward to be part of this great event. And again, thank you very much for joining the Breathing Space, and see you soon.
Bye. See you soon. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having me.